Welcome to Cohesive Friendship Unit. My name is Chris. I am here with Jake.
Hey guys.
Brian.
What's going on?
And Jeremy.
Yo, what's up?
Guys, this is part 2 of our Nintendo E3 2019 coverage. There was so much stuff that they could show in their E3 Nintendo Direct that we decided to break things up into 2 parts. Part 1 was all about the software that we know is currently in development. You can see a card for that video up above right now. But now we're going to be talking about a few more things that we think we could maybe see. But before we do that, guys, there will be a Steam code in the description of this video. It's first come, first serve. The reason we put those codes there is because you guys have been doing a great job subscribing to the channel. And we would encourage you to continue to subscribe and hit the bell so that way you're notified when we get the video. You can head right over, grab that Steam code, and you're good to go. But definitely throw some comments down, throw a like down if you like the video. Let's get going, guys. There are 5 things we're going to talk about here. We're going to talk about Nintendo's mobile games that we know are in development. We're going to talk about the possibility of new hardware for the Nintendo Switch. We're going to talk about DLC for the new Smash Brothers. We're going to talk about Nintendo being buddy-buddy with Xbox. And then we're going to talk about any predictions, any wildcards, any announcements that we think we could see at the Nintendo 2019 E3 Direct. Let's start with mobile games, guys. I'm just going to throw all 3 out, and we can discuss as much or as little as we want for all of them. Mario Kart Tour is coming out sooner than we think. The beta is coming out in just a few short months, and the game should be out sometime in the summer. Dr. Mario, there will be a Dr. Mario mobile game coming out, and there will be a new Pokemon game coming out in 2020 for mobile handsets. Do we care about any of these, and do we think we're going to see them at E3?
I am opposed to Mario Kart. On
Opposed?
Mobile.
Why?
I think it's gonna suck because tilt steering sucks. Like,
Okay.
No, it does. It does. There's a reason that went away with like the first generation iPod Touch when it was like, oh my god, you can tilt it and it turns a little car on the screen. Like it doesn't work, and like the virtual sticks, they never work. It's never quite right. So unless you have like an external controller, which defeats the whole purpose of mobile gaming, it doesn't make sense. You need feedback for a driving game. It just doesn't work otherwise.
I agree completely.
Also, analog sticks are nice.
Dr. Mario, I think, will work very nicely, and depending on how the Pokemon game comes together, like, is it going to be more like a Pokemon Go?
We don't know anything about it.
We know it's new.
Yep.
Well, I think Pokemon is something that's easily adaptable to mobile games in particular, so I think that'll probably be good as well. But I don't like the Mario Kart thing one bit. Not one bit, you hear me?
I don't like any mobile games.
That's also true.
I don't think any of us are big mobile game players.
But we all did play Pokemon Go, at least for like a month.
Yeah, because everyone played Pokemon Go at least for a month. I
think high potential for new Pokemon game to also be like big for like a month.
Can I just like, this has nothing to do with the current conversation, but there are a surprising amount of like elderly people playing Pokemon Go.
It's weird,
like,
dude.
They love it.
Like
it's
people on like the gray-haired folk on their jazzies, on like the little,
who didn't give a shit about Pokemon, presumably.
Yeah, dude, they hated it.
Yeah.
They hated Pokemon when it was out. It was a fad they didn't understand, and now they're playing it on their cell phones. They can't get enough of it.
They love it.
Very strange. Does make you think.
So there's been some theories with the new Pokemon game. I feel like one easy guess is some sort of Pokemon trading card game.
I was just gonna say that.
That would be pretty cool. I mean, I'm thinking back to like when I was a kid and I tried to play Pokemon cards with my friends, and it wasn't fun even back then as a kid. So I don't know if it would be fun now, but trading card games are always good and they always do well. So
some kind of Hearthstone Gwent type thing.
Yeah.
I had Pokemon. Well, I didn't have. I stole it, but I stole a copy of
The Game Boy
Pokemon
game?
Trading Card Game, the video game for the Game Boy Color, and it wasn't great, to be honest. Like
The
it,
Yu-Gi-Oh
like,
one was
not
pretty
having,
good though.
Yeah.
but not
Yu-Gi-Oh!
having
One was good.
playing a card game and not having like actual cards. Like that's for me. That's kind of part of it. Is like there's a physical item that you're actually using. You know, it's like playing Risk on the computer versus having to fuck around with the board and all the little people. Like, that does add something to it.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But, you know, for a mobile game, that makes a lot of, you know,
Yeah.
it could work.
Well, I'm most excited for Dr. Mario, mostly because I love me some Dr. Mario, and I think puzzle games tend to port pretty okay to smartphones. But
Well, look at Bejeweled Blitz.
yeah, look at Patrol Blitz. So I don't think we're going to see Pokemon at E3. I don't think we're going to see any of these at E3 with maybe the exception of Mario Kart Tour because it's coming out so soon. I definitely don't think we're going to see Pokemon because they have another Pokemon game that's probably going to get a little bit more attention. They don't want to overshadow the mobile game, and it's relatively new. I don't think we're going to see any mobile games because in part 1 we talked about how, you know, E3 is more for the, quote, hardcore gamers, you know.
And hardcore gamers don't like them mobile games.
It'd almost be like if you were like Blizzard and you announced like a Diablo game for mobile at like a hardcore event, you know. But they've never
People
done
would
that.
throw rotting food at you.
They might, though. I wouldn't say that Nintendo is that much more in touch with their fans than any other publisher.
I would say they are. I would say they probably are, because that's what they survive on. Like, they make a lot of money off of the nostalgia thing, and they're really the only one that's been able to do it successfully so far.
I also think it would be received differently because, like, I'm not a big Diablo fan, but like we have another like real Pokemon game coming out, and we've had lots and lots and lots of Pokemon content. It's not like, you know, fuck you, here's a mobile game. It's like, yeah, there's also
Yeah,
a
that's
second mobile game.
That's
In a
right.
movie.
And
That's a big
movie
difference.
fucking slapped. Okay, so I think we cover the mobile games component. I want to move on to Smash next. So here's the deal, guys. Around at the Game Awards, right around then, the direct right before the Game Awards, November-ish, they said we're going to have 5 DLC characters, and all 5 of them are going to come out before February 2020. As of right now, it's like May 15th, and only one character has been announced, and only one character has come out. So they are a little behind schedule on that February 2020 for the other 4. Do we think we're going to see some Smash DLC characters? Are we going to see one or more than one? And do we have any predictions?
They're
I think
not
we'll see a
behind.
couple.
They are behind.
They're not, but they're not behind enough to show 2.
That's true. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you came out with 1, it would be like, okay, that's kind of
Well,
late. But
I think if they showed one, they'd have to drop it pretty quick. Like, if they show one, it'd be like, all right, we're showing it. It's coming out, like, pretty much right away.
yeah,
When they did the DLC characters for Smash 4, did those come out piecemeal or did they come out in a bunch or 2?
They came out in groups of 2-ish.
Groups of 2, and how many were released? 6? 8?
Off the top, a fair amount. But right now, only 5 characters are confirmed for February 2020.
I think
think-
there'll be a couple. Sorry, didn't mean to jump in.
No, I agree with you, Jake. I think it'll be a couple. I think it might be all 5.
Well, the 4 more.
Yeah, the 4 more.
That is a lot. That would be
Spicy.
a
But
lot.
isn't that kind of how they did the Zelda DLC? Didn't it come packaged together, or am I misremembering
Well,
that?
you bought the expansion pack, but they didn't. They announced that there were 2 parts, and there are 3, but there were 2 meaty parts, and they announced those 2 meaty parts separately.
Separately?
Yeah.
Okay. I recant. I think it'll be 2.
Well, we all think we're gonna at least see a Smash character at E3. At
probably,
least.
yeah.
Okay. Are there any guesses as to characters?
Uh,
I
Probably
have.
someone from one of the games that is going to be announced to E3.
That's possible. All right. Well, I'll go. You guys are mulling it over a little. There have been rumors of Dragon Quest, and if Dragon Quest doesn't happen, which I think is kind of possible. I think my next two best guesses would be someone from Capcom, either it could be Monster Hunter, it could be Resident Evil, it could be anything from a big Capcom game, because they don't have representation yet as a mainstay character, or Microsoft, because Microsoft and Nintendo have been basically sucking each other off for the last year.
Master Chief. We're gonna get Master Chief.
Well, hey man, it's 2019, dude. Anything can happen. I could see Banjo, honestly. I could see Master Chief. I could see Cuphead. I could see fucking Minecraft Steve. Really, I could see Battletoads. I could see Battletoads.
You're talking ridiculous right now.
I'm talking ridiculous right now.
You are. No, you're talking about fucking Master Chief in Super Smash.
Dude, Cloud is in Smash? That's fucked up.
No, it's different though.
Bayonetta's in Smash? Like,
different.
That's different.
Master Chief is Microsoft.
Yeah, he's their flagship
And Microsoft
character.
is Master Chief.
He's almost their only character, like, to be real.
It's like putting Mario in Halo.
Exactly.
okay, well, those are my...
It's like
those,
putting Mario in Wreck-It Ralph. Which
those are
Nintendo.
my... Dude, what's
You
the
had me
Thanos
to-
quote? What's the Thanos quote? It's escaping me.
It
Spoilers,
requires the
dude.
strongest wills to make the hardest decisions.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the hardest decisions require the strongest wills.
Exactly.
Which is why, before he retired, Reggie specifically put Alolan Raichu in the new Smash game.
He is in the new Smash game, Jeremy. So
There you
watch.
go.
check
No, but as a
yourself.
playable character.
Oh yes. Okay.
You can be Alolan Raichu
Well,
now.
those are my predictions for Smash characters.
I already
Yeah.
said mine.
All
Did you?
150
Yeah,
original.
Alolan Raichu.
Okay.
That's-
Raichu. Brian, what
I'm
was yours?
taking Jay one step further. All 150 original Pokemon.
shit.
Okay, what are they just gonna like package Jigglypuff and
You can-
Pikachu and
No, you'll be
you
able
can
to
be
switch
red.
between.
You
You'll
can
be
be
able to
red.
switch between groups of them. Yeah.
groups of them? Not just
All of Gen
just,
1,
like,
all of
chunks
Gen 2.
them.
No, that's taking it too far. Just the original one.
8 at a time. 8 in a party.
People-
You can pick all
exactly.
8 first.
Yep.
All the
You got
starters.
your Pokemon party. You got your trainer.
I think you're going to be
Comes
able
out.
to be the yellow cart from Pokemon Snap.
Well, okay, cool. Jake, do you have any predictions?
I like the Monster Hunter idea. Monster Hunter did just drop some new DLC or announced new DLC, like big DLC coming out soon. So,
If
that
only
would
Monster
be-
Hunter World was on Switch.
right? Yeah, I don't think that would port well though.
Yeah, it wouldn't. But you like Monster Hunter? Any?
I like the idea. It would time well with what they're doing over there.
And there are plenty of Monster Hunter games on Nintendo consoles.
Yeah, I think it'll be the cat from Monster Hunter, if anything,
Ooh,
though.
that would be fun, actually. I like that. All right. So, but you have no other guesses?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Nintendo specifically said, we will not see any new hardware at E3. Now, do we want to say that they are lying or no?
It's a spicy misdirection.
I don't think. I think what they said is true. I don't think we're going to see any new
No,
hardware.
they've been lying to us. They're gonna pull a fast one.
Switch
You're
to
going to have. They're going to announce Nintendo AirPlay, and
This
it's going
just
to be
in.
a knockoff of Google's Stadia and Microsoft's xCloud, and they're going to sell you a phone that you can stream Nintendo quality games to.
or the Game Boy 3 AirPods compatible.
Except you have to make
Ooh.
both of them out of cardboard.
Ah, yes, that's the real.
A Switch
the real
with
thing.
So
actual
technically,
Bluetooth capabilities.
it's not hardware because cardboard really isn't hardware.
Oh, that's a
The-
good point.
The Game Boy 3 is Labo exclusive.
It's cardware. I see.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, I think we're not expecting
Well-
a new Switch at E3.
So there has been reporting that Nintendo is definitely developing a lower end Switch. The fact that it's pretty definitive at this point that there's one coming out, I'm surprised they're not announcing that at E3. But any console hardware does well with Christmas time, holiday time releases. So I can see them pushing it back.
I think holiday 2020, not 2019. once you put out the re-up of the console, like you're kind of signaling that the console is in the latter half of its life cycle, I feel. And I don't think they're ready to go there yet.
But they say those are the golden years, dude.
It's true.
You know?
I wish I was in the last half of my life cycle.
You just might
You wish
be.
you got your hardware revision.
This
I don't
is
know.
the Jeremy 3 Labo exclusive.
I don't think that really applies to Nintendo though, because it's not like the Switch was really, the Switch is still like 10 years behind every other console when it comes to capabilities.
Mhm.
And I think a new Switch is not going. It's not like they're going to introduce some big thing like 4K. Like we were talking Microsoft last video, and that was, they're coming out with a high-powered 4K thing. I think the new Switch will just have slightly better frame rate / resolution. Maybe nice if they added in Bluetooth, like any 21st century technology has. So.
I
don't
agree,
think-
but sorry, finish up. My bad.
I just don't think that like a new iteration of the console necessarily signals end of life for Nintendo. I think it's pretty common for them to. Well, they haven't really done it in the past, but I think Nintendo, as always, is in kind of a different boat than everyone else.
Yeah, they did do it. They did do it a ton with the Game Boy. You're
I was
right,
gonna
like,
say
Yeah.
that is a good point, Jake. Like most companies revise their consoles. Nintendo never revises their consoles. They did for the Nintendo NES and Super Nintendo, but they didn't do shit for the N64, the GameCube, the Wii. They technically had the Wii Mini, but fuck that shit. The Wii U. They didn't do anything for that.
Well,
but the handhelds.
But the handhelds, they go ape shit with those. Every
Yeah,
like
they do.
20 seconds, they're like, "Oh, have the new Nintendo 3DS."
It's the Nintendo 4DS, my guy.
So yeah, this is a weird boat.
I think the thing to me is that the Switch is their mainline console and it's still selling well. So if I were Nintendo, I would have the confidence to develop an update, but like, why introduce the update now when my sales on this iteration are still going strong? But you're probably right. Nintendo does shit that I don't expect, so.
and coming out with a cheaper, less spec version of a console that's already well behind the ball, like, you have to be really careful about how you announce that. And I don't
That's
think
true.
something with this much fanfare or this much attention is the right place to do it. Christmas time, maybe, but
All right, let's port over to Xbox. I want to discuss just briefly that there might be nothing here, but I want to poke the bear a little. So Cuphead recently came out in April as a no longer Xbox exclusive, coming to it's on the Nintendo Switch now. You can buy it. Great game. You should buy it. In addition to that, there has been some moves to bring Xbox Live to the Nintendo Switch, and now you can get Xbox achievements on your Nintendo Switch. Do we think that anything else will pan out between Nintendo and Microsoft? Like maybe Ori and the Blind Forest, Banjo? There's a Rare. So Rare, the studio, was previously basically Nintendo had a partial ownership of the company. They made games like Donkey Kong Country. They made games like GoldenEye 007, Perfect Dark, Battletoads. Do we think that maybe the Rare Replay, which is a collection of 30 Rare games, could come to the Nintendo Switch? Or do we think that this was just kind of a one-time thing? Whatever.
I think Microsoft got some Nintendo stock in the Rare buy, but like they're not. I don't think this is going to be a long thing. Like, if you look at the auto industry, like they were back in the 90s. Everybody was partnering up with a Japanese manufacturer because those were the cars that were selling, and they were facing cost problems, which is a lot of the same things that big video game companies are complaining about. And from their business model, you can see either just blatant greed, or you can see, we're trying to bring in more money because we're putting out a lot more money than we're bringing in. And those relationships didn't last all that long. It kind of just lasted until everybody got out of the rocky patch, and then they were like, we're going to do our own thing. And that's what I think is going to happen with this. I don't think that you're going to see a long-term interest or a long-term relationship because Nintendo and Microsoft are both too big. And Microsoft has spent so much on buying up studios. Like, they're not going to buy Nintendo. They can't do, like, realistically, they can't do that.
So you think this was like a one-off?
I think they got some Nintendo stock in the Rare thing because, you know, if Nintendo is kind of controlling Rare.
Well, they were.
Right, exactly.
This was 20 years ago.
Right, but you know, I think it's possible, but I don't think it's going to be a long thing. Just a fling.
Just a fling.
I think there will be more. So we've been talking a lot about Microsoft recently because they've been doing a lot of cool things, kind of turning themselves around a bit. And it looks like they're moving more towards the publishing side of things, which we all kind of talked about that and recommended that back in our let's shit on Microsoft for a couple months phase. So
everyone goes through it.
Over.
We got so many likes during that phase.
We did. I mean, and it seems like someone from Microsoft must have been watching because they took our advice and they've moved into the publishing side of things. So I think it's cool that they are testing out the Switch market, and with all their studios, there's a lot of things they could port over there, like Ori and the Blind Forest would be perfect. What's the game we were just talking about yesterday, Jeremy? Hollow Knight? That is on the Switch and is done very well. So I think there's a lot of opportunity there, and I think this is probably just the first of many for Xbox, Microsoft coming over.
And if you are from Microsoft and you're listening to this and you want to thank us for our help and advice, we wholeheartedly agree. Please mail your checks to Cohesive Friendship Unit, P.O. Box. Sorry about that.
Oh, no. Okay, no P.O. Box.
We're good. We're good. No P.O. Box. No
all right,
P.O.
Jeremy,
box.
do you think we're going to see maybe any... I'm just going to say it right now and just be done with myself. I think we're going to see the Rare Replay game come to the Switch as an announcement.
I lean towards Brian, I think.
It's a fun.
Yeah, because I'm doing a little light reading, and it doesn't seem that Cuphead is owned by Microsoft.
They own the studio.
Do they in fact own the studio?
No, they don't own the studio. You're right.
I think they just have the rights to the. I think the game is just exclusive, or was exclusive. They're not actually owned by. So I think that might have been more a decision on the part of, like, there might have been a contractual freedom to bring it to another platform after a certain amount of time. Like, I don't think we have the full story on how it was brought to the Switch. I don't think it was Microsoft being like, hey, Nintendo, would you like to also have Cuphead? And then in terms of some of the... It specifically references in the announcement post from the studio that developed Cuphead that they were going to work with Microsoft on bringing some of the Xbox Live features to Switch, like to support with the game. So, and that's just kind of, if you're Microsoft, that seems like a win. It's keeping people involved in your platform. So I'm not sure what level of collaboration there's actually been so far. I could see it happening, but I'm just not sure yet.
Yeah, so I just checked. They are a independent studio, but Microsoft, I did all the advertising originally, and they did have the exclusivity deal. The only real big thing, and again, this could all be smoke and mirrors, like marketing, is there was a joint trailer between Microsoft and Nintendo that they ran like a mini ad campaign. While PlayStation was like not promoting crossplay, Microsoft and Nintendo were like,
I remember that.
We do this.
But I think that's different. I think that's just two smaller companies fighting. I mean, if you're in that, if you're in that position, then it doesn't hurt you to team up with your competition because you're both losing. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I think it was more about that and promoting the idea of like, oh, we all want to be friends. The big mean Sony doesn't because they don't have to be. They have a huge chunk of the player base by themselves. I don't think Microsoft is ready yet to just move over to just publishing games and selling games.
Okay, cool. So, last topic, and this can last as little or as long as it needs to. Any predictions? So this was everything we've talked about for the last hour and a fucking half. Holy shit, this is a lot for Nintendo. is stuff that is either vaguely confirmed, like the rumored new Switch, or actually confirmed, like the vast majority of the content, the mobile games, all of the 12, 13 games we talked about, Smash DLC, all that. Now we're going to talk predictions. What stuff that does not currently exist do we think we might see? I'm going to just throw out a couple ideas real quick while you guys are cooking up a little bit. I'm going to say we're going to see a teaser for Pikmin. I think that's going to be the big teaser, and I think we're going to see a teaser for an F-Zero game. I think that will be the other big teaser. Those are my two big predictions for just random shit that they could throw out.
I like the Pikmin prediction. That's a big, while. Yeah, and that's like a big like quote unquote hardcore gamer fan genre. Like a lot of people love Pikmin. That would be a great E3 title to bring out. So I like that prediction.
I agree. I like that prediction too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with official. You said something that doesn't exist right now. Official Nintendo licensed koozies, right? Okay, with all your favorite characters. No, dude, they're gonna be given away at E3, but then it's like $5.99 or whatever. They could make bank off of that.
Wait, I have one question for you, Brian.
Yeah.
Are they amiibo? Can you scan them?
That could happen.
Yes.
Yeah, if they were you gotta put your Switch in it.
More expensive, but like, actually maybe not, because you're not gonna want to pay $25 for a koozie.
No, Brian, dude, I have a fucking Super Mario cereal box that's an amiibo sitting on my desk right now. They can put that shit in a cereal box. They can put it in a koozie.
They could. It's possible, maybe, but I think they want to charge more for that, and I don't think people are going to want to pay that price for a foam thing that goes around your beer.
All right, Brian's got koozies.
Well, Jeremy? But like, I also agree. Like, realistically, I agree with the Pikmin thing because people fucking love Pikmin.
This is true. Jake, Jeremy, anything?
An exclusive deal with Apple, actually, not Microsoft, but Apple. They're going to do branded headphones, Beats by Dr. Mario.
Ooh.
I like this. I like this.
Spicy.
Hot take. You heard it here first.
Dre's not going to be happy about that. He's just probably going to start shooting some people, and that's not going to be good.
Jake, anything?
No, I don't have any good predictions like that. I wish I did.
All right, fair. Well, I mean,
okay, Jake, I'll donate one to you to go along with the koozies. To go along with the koozies and to cash in on the craft beer craze that's going on right now. Nintendo fucking craft beers like IPA.
Yoshi flavored beer.
No, it wouldn't be. Well, what flavor does Yoshi have? I mean, that's
Yoshi
for
flavor.
The committee to decide.
Right,
but
egg.
Egg and dinosaur.
Egg and lizard. Egg and alligator.
But like, think about it. If you put Mario on a fucking IPA, people would love that, dude.
And it was called. Oh no! It was called three hops or long hop or something about hop, like a platforming joke.
You need like Luigi Red-Eyed Stoned, like 420.
I'd buy that.
That's what you.
I would hell buy that. I would hell buy that. Like,
Green Plumber IPA.
Green Plumber, yes. All right. Well, okay. I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, we talked for an hour and a half. Nintendo only needs like 30 to 45 minutes to do this presentation. They have more than enough stuff already lined up in their slate, or they could fill in the time. It's not like we're empty for content. We're like, what could Nintendo announce? They have plenty of stuff in the pipeline. So I think we covered just about everything. Brian, do you want to wrap this up?
Well, if you're the person that's already sitting outside of your local packy to be the first guy to get the 1-Up IPA, go ahead and hammer your thoughts on that down on the word box there. And like Chris said at the beginning of the video, we do have a Steam code here, so get it while it's hot. I mean, if you watch this whole thing, you probably missed it by now. Sorry about that. But keep the subs coming in, and then if you click that ringy dingy, you'll get updated on all that stuff on all the stuff we're coming out with. all that stuff. It's great stuff. It's good stuff. And you know you like the stuff if you watched this far into this stuff, so go ahead and throw us a sub, won't you? And smoke them if you got them, guys. That's all from me tonight, Chris.
All right. Thank you, Brian. Catch you guys next time.